Are conservative commentators creating a false sense of fear to get you to buy gold? I don't know if you've been following the controversy concerning Glenn Beck and New York Congressman Anthony Weiner. The New York congressman has been saying that Glenn Beck is using his radio and television program to rev up the fear in the economy to get you to buy gold from a gold distributor called Goldline. And of course, he's getting paid to advertise for Goldline. Although Glenn Beck he says he owns 10% in gold. Now there are other gold distributors out there. You can buy gold from all over the place. As I always tell people, caveat emptor, buyer beware. Some prices are better than others. Some dealers are better than other in terms of price. Everybody always charges a premium. If the actual cost of gold is X dollars, they're not going to sell it for X dollars. They're always going to sell it for X plus because they have to make money. They have to pay staff and have to pay rent, and they have to pay insurance and so forth and so on. So there's always a premium when you buy gold. There's no doubt about that. And there's a premium for everything. You go into a bookstore and buy a book, that the bookstore ended up getting that book for at least a 40% discount. So there's a 40% margin in there that they have to pay their salaries, they have to pay the rent, they have to pay the utilities, they have to pay the Social Security, they have to pay taxes and all those kinds of things, and that 40% begins to shrink. But the question is the New York congressman right about all this? Who's really causing the fear regarding the purchase of gold? And let me just go through a couple of things. We're seeing the euro free fall. There's the riots in Greece, market instability. Just yesterday, the market fell 373 points, and there have been wild swings in the market from 1,000 points on the downside to 300 points on the upside, and then another fall of 300 and some points, and back and forth and back and forth. And people really are a bit skittish about what to do with their money. Where do you put it? They lost a lot after the 2008 fall of the market. People rushed back into the market again, drove stock prices up, and yet what's happening is the reality of economic principles are taking place all around the world, and people are a little afraid that the dollar is not secure, that their cash is not secure. Then there's some who are predicting that there's going to be a further 20% correction downturn in the market. There's high unemployment. The figures just came out today. The unemployment figures have gone up. There's fear of inflation. We haven't seen inflation right now, and that's because I believe that the majority of people are pulling their money in. They're afraid to spend. Walmart sales are down, which is really is an indicator that the middle class and the classes just below the middle class are just tentative about their own job situation. There's a takeover of companies, financial institutions, banks. There's even talk about regulating the internet. There are all of the unknowns about health care. And as we're seeing on a daily basis, this administration is not capable of solving our economic problems with the methods they are using. And so people are scared. And so what do people do generally when they're scared? They pull their cash in, they hold on to their cash, they're afraid to invest, and they also invest in gold and silver. This isn't anything new. If you really want to talk about if there's any potentiality in fraud, it's the United States government that has been involved in fraud for quite some time. There in 1933, 1934, we had our own government make it illegal to own gold. Now, why would they do that when the Constitution of the United States has within it the power to coin money, regulate the value thereof and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures? So our Constitution was based upon the idea of sound money, and also to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States. And those current coins of the United States were made of gold and silver. Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution. This is our Constitution. No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque and reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts. And so our founders understood, and they didn't always follow this. I mean, there was a time during the Revolutionary period that the paper money was just distributed, nothing backing it up except for the full faith and credit of the United States government, which in one effect didn't even exist. And in time it became not worth a continental. It was worthless paper. Same thing happened in Germany with a hyperinflation. And we've seen this around the world as well. And so why would our government want to get off the gold and silver standard? So that they could just print money at will. People talk about what a home cost in the 1950s and what a home costs today. And the reason that the prices of things go up is because we continually devalue money in our society. We used to do it by debasing the coinage. Now we don't have any silver or gold in any coinage. I brought some coins with me. These are American silver dollars. These are old American silver dollars. They even sound quite different. These are silver half dollars, silver quarters, and silver dimes. Well, these are no longer in circulation. Now, you can still buy silver today, but nobody circulates the silver. When I was a teenager and working in retail, I would often find someone putting a quarter or a dime, very rarely a half a dollar, almost never a silver dollar, and I would exchange those for paper dollars. They're really not made out of paper. They're actually made out of denim. But why? Why has silver been extracted from the economy? Because people perceive this as being real money, where Federal Reserve notes are in fact not real money. And the only reason that we use them faithfully is because other people accept them. If you'll accept this Federal Reserve note, then I'll accept it as well. But a day may come when people say, this really isn't worth a dollar. This isn't worth a continental. And what will people go to? Well, they will go to food, of course, and they will go to water. They will go to other types of commodities. But they will also go back to these coins because this is considered to be real money. And so when people are out there saying, look, protect yourself against the potentiality of the dollar going belly up, here's the way to do that. And one way to do that, of course, is to buy gold or silver. And this goes along with what, of course, the Bible sees gold and silver as real money as well. And the Constitution viewed it as real money as well. But our political officials don't like gold and silver. Gold and silver restrict them on their spending. If we were on a gold and silver standard, the silver government of our day couldn't do deficit spending, and they don't like that. Now, they can't gin up the economy with gold and silver because gold and silver is very difficult to get. This is expensive to get. Someone has to, first of all, find some place where there might be gold or silver. They have to dig out massive portions of dirt and debris. They have to refine it. They have to transport it. It is expensive to mine gold and silver. But it isn't expensive just to pick up the telephone, call somebody and say, hey, print some more Federal Reserve notes. You know, go to the jean manufacturers and get more denim so we can create more dollar bills. And all we have to do is put a 1, 5, a 20, 50, or 100 on it, and we have all this extra money. So Congressman Weiner needs to get a check on reality, understand the Constitution, understand the way money works. But of course, he does understand how money works. That's why he doesn't want us to buy gold and silver. He wants to put our faith in the Federal Reserve notes that are losing value almost daily.
For more related to this topic, check out God, Guns, and Gold, Foundations for Christian Freedom. You will find it at AmericanVision.com.